Today we'll be going over all of the most annoying things inside of Roblox Jailbreak. Obviously, I won't be going over all of them in this video because that would take forever because there's a lot of annoying things in Jailbreak right now. So yeah, if I miss any, make sure to put them down below in the comments. And yeah, with that, let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into this. So coming in here at first place, we have something that probably everyone that has ever played Jailbreak on the criminal team could relate to. And it is when you're trying to rob the tomb and it closes midway through your robbery. And something that makes it even worse is when you're trying to do a contract as well. That just makes it like 2 times worse. And if this has not happened to you before, then chances are you are probably the luckiest person alive because it's the most annoying thing that could ever happen in this game. Either that or you just haven't played enough, and even then you're still lucky that it hasn't happened. And what makes it even worse is it's such an easy fix. They just gotta make it so that if you're in the cart, you can't get teleported out of the robbery when it closes, and you actually get to turn in your money, because the way it is right now is horrible. You should not be teleported out of a location if you're just trying to do a contract or do your daily XP or whatever you're trying to do, because the way it is right now is, as I said, really annoying, and it's just stupid. And then if it's a new player that this happens to, then chances are they'll never play the game again because this happens to them and then they just get confused. They think that they did something wrong, but it's not really that obvious either, and it's just kind of weird. Especially as a new player, the tomb robbery is incredibly difficult for most of them, and if you just get teleported out after losing all of that, you know, not a lot of people will be too happy with that. So yeah, if someone from Badimo is watching this, then what I'd say you could do is make it so that you just don't get teleported out of the tomb when you're in a minecart. And then maybe a little extra thing that Badimo could do to add a little bit more, you know, tension to the robbery is making it so that the lava from the lava river actually rises instead of just standing there. You know, it'd be really, really cool if they just removed the time limit completely and made it so that the lava rises gradually and that was your time limit instead. Because yeah, the way it is right now where it just teleports you out of the robbery whenever it's done is kind of weird and it's not really the best. Especially since Badimo is trying to improve the game now, I think this would be a really welcomed addition to the game. Having a better time limit system and all of that would be really, really nice. And now this next one is still kind of related to the previous one because it still involves contracts. And basically what it is when you're trying to do a contract where you have to bust the bank, but then something is just stopping you from doing it, like someone else busts it before you, the bank closes, or something like that. And then you're just left there in pain in front of the bank where you just can't do your contract anymore. And you were so happy that you were about to do it, but now you can't because for some reason you're not able to do it anymore because someone else just took it from you, or the game took it from you, or something like that. Obviously, if you don't grind seasons, then this probably doesn't affect you, but still, if you do grind seasons, then this is probably the #1 most annoying things, especially for the police team contracts. It's not really as annoying as the tomb one because that one affects pretty much everyone on the criminal team. But man, this one is just so annoying because, you know, it's one of those contracts that you have to use other people in order to do. And since it's just so random, pretty much anything could happen, you know, it's really hard to do. Maybe what Badimo could do to make this a little bit less painful is increase the XP reward for that, because obviously with the robbery system now being a lot different than what it used to be, it's a lot harder to do this now. I don't really think completely removing this contract would be a good idea, but it definitely needs some improvements such as like an XP boost or just something like that. But yeah, that's that. The next one is still annoying but a little bit less annoying, and basically what it is when you're trying to do something like taking a shortcut or something and you fail so badly that it makes it 2 times quicker to go around normally. And probably the best example of this is when you're trying to do the punch box escape trick where you jump over the fence and you just die on the fence or fall into the parking lot. That's like the most annoying thing ever, because the whole point of the trick was to reduce your amount of time spent in the prison, but if you fail, you're just spending probably even more time in there, which is just making the whole thing worthless. Because first of all, if you die on the fence, then you have to do the escape all over again, punch the box like a bajillion times, then get up there and try the trick again. And then if you fall into the parking lot, then chances are it'll still be taking up a lot of your time because ragdolling in Jailbreak absolutely sucks and you'll probably spend at least 10 seconds on the ground. Probably another really good example is when you're trying to take a shortcut around in the volcano, like jumping straight into the volcano and down into the actual base, avoiding the tunnels. Because when you normally do this, you'd probably think that, oh, if I just jump into the top of the volcano and completely avoid the tunnels, then, you know, I'll be saving a lot of time, right? I just go straight in. But no, you'd probably be spending a lot more doing that. because for some reason, whenever you try entering the volcano base from the top of it, it just takes you forever to get to the bottom because the anti-cheat keeps throwing you up and down. It's the most weirdest thing ever, and I have no idea why. Even if you just jump in normally without a helicopter or anything at all, it still tends to glitch you out and it takes forever to get inside of the actual base. It's so dumb. Honestly, I'm not even too sure why that part of the anti-cheat even exists. It shouldn't really measure your y-axis and teleport you back for that. Maybe it should a little bit, but when you're just trying to jump around, it shouldn't really trigger that, and it's just really annoying and it doesn't make any sense at all. But now this next one isn't as common as some of the other ones, but it still happens occasionally. And basically what it is when you try going into the museum while it's already being robbed, you know, that happens quite a lot, and then you're just forced to leave being just a little bit under the max cash because everyone took everything else. The amount of times I have had to leave the museum just being 1 or 2 kilograms under the max amount of cash is so annoying, and it shouldn't be that way at all. Like at that point, I'd probably be more happy just bringing 1 kilogram with me to the volcano base because being that close to the max amount of cash is just straight up annoying. And now this next one is probably something that pretty much all Jailbreak players has experienced. And basically what it is when you respawn after dying and then the car spawning cooldown is still active, so you're just stuck there without a car. You try spawning it, but you have to wait like 30 seconds. But now here's where it starts to get real annoying. If you just so happen to be incredibly unlucky that day and you die literally right after spawning your car once again, you'll just have to wait another 60 seconds awkwardly standing there spamming that button until you get another car. This isn't really something that happens too frequently, but it still does happen quite a bit whenever you're like really unlucky. And when it does happen, it can be incredibly annoying because obviously you're just kind of wasting your time spamming the spawn button over and over again until you could actually get a car and start doing things with your gameplay. And I know this is probably incredibly rare and almost never happens, but sometimes when that person does kill you and you respawn trying to spawn that car again, they end up stealing your car. And man, if one of you guys are one of those people that just kill people to only take their car, you are a menace and you should be banned from this game permanently with no alt accounts at all, and you should not be allowed to play Roblox at all. It's literally adding insult to injury. Like, first you kill the guy, and then you steal his car, and then you just drive away with it while the person is still watching while they're dead. And it's just, why? I don't know, man, but those are all of the most annoying things that have ever happened in Roblox Jailbreak that I could think of. Obviously, as I said at the start of the video, I can't really include everything in this one video because that would take forever. So yeah, if I missed something important that you guys think should be in a future video like this or something like that, make sure to put it down below in the comments. But yeah, but that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you've all enjoyed, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.